Hello everybody, Desperate Mercenaries back again. This is going to be our Halloween edition battle report. For this game I'm going to be using Seamus, and as you can see the Seamus avatar. I'm also going to be taking 3 Rotten Bells, a Dead Doxy, 2 Punk Zombies, and a Crooked Man. My strategies and schemes are Turf War, and my schemes are both announced. I'm taking Breakthrough and Bodyguard. I figure I'm putting all my eggs in one basket on this one. We'll be back with more midway through turn 1.
Today I'll be taking the Dreamer with 3 Daydreams, 2 Stitch Togethers, and 2 Teddies. My scheme is Distract. My 2 strategies are Assassinate on Seamus and then Kidnap on the 2 Bells with the Umbrellas and the 1 Crooked Man. Here's my deployment for the Dreamer. My plan is to buff all my guys and then bury them all. Meanwhile, I have these 2 Daydreams right here. They're going to move up the board, and wherever it'll be most advantageous, I will pop out my Nightmares using Call Nightmare to pop them out.
And this here is my deployment. Got Seamus in pretty much a gun line with no guns. Pretty much my strategy and scheme and everything I'm doing this game is to get over here. I just want to make it to this deployment zone and keep my shit alive. So that's pretty much what my goal is. Pretty straightforward.
Alright, end of turn 1. Not too much happened on the Dreamer side. The 2 Stitch Togethers casted Creepy Fog. The Teddies did not accomplish any of their things. I was trying to do a thing of Nightmares, unfortunately did not get the mask for any of it. So the Dreamer just buried everyone, including this Daydream. The other 2 Daydreams on the table both move forward, and we're going to see if we can pop out some Nightmares in some very scary places.
Okay, Seamus and his crew pretty much just moved forward trying to accomplish all my strategies and schemes. 1 Bell tried to lure the Nightmare Teddy, but had about half an inch, not enough. It was pretty heartbreaking. But pretty much besides that, everything just walked forward. Seamus cast Face of Death successfully for no other reason than for one of the manifestation requirements for Avatar. That is turn 1. We'll be back with more.
Okay, midway through turn 2, the Rezzers move forward, the Punk Zombie moved forward, and then a Bell moved forward and attempted to lure the Dreamer. Was just out of range, unfortunately. During the Dreamer's activation, this Daydream right here moved over here and then casted Magical Extension Frightening Dreams to get this Stitch Together on the field. He managed to use his his Gamble Your Life and managed to get Severe on both the Punk Zombie and the Bell. They both move back to get Seamus towards Seamus so that they can summon more Bells. This Daydream right here decided to activate and Magical Extension Frightening Dreams to get this Stitch Together out on the board. Then the Dead Doxy moved up and attacked the Stitch Together, failed to hurt him. The Stitch Together decided to use his Gamble Your Life, managed to do 4 wounds to himself and 3 wounds to the Dead Doxy.
Okay, here we are mid-turn 2. The Dreamer used I Can Fly and moved his tiny little boy butt all the way over here next to his Daydream. This Pink Bell moved forward 6 inches and used Lure to bring Seamus up closer. Seamus then used 1 AP to walk around her and used another AP to attack the Stitched. Got off a Severe to do 5 damage and killed him.
Does Not Die is now active and he has 1 wound remaining.
Yes, to essentially kill him. His Reactivate was paralyzed, so he's pretty much done for. He used his last AP to cast the Face of Death to match that other requirement. So he now has 1 requirement met for manifestation and moving on. Okay, here we are at the end of turn 2. The Bluebell walked forward 6 inches and lured the Punk Zombie. He then charged the Stitch Together. and successfully did 5 damage, a nice little severe. The Stitch Together then reactivated and used Gamble Your Life twice on the dead Doxy and failed both times. That is the end of turn 2. Both Stitch Together are peacing out. Thank something.
Okay, middle of turn 3, the first activation went to the Rezzers, and the Bell decided to double walk into my deployment zone. Then I activated the Dreamer, who companioned this Daydream right here. He used Frightening Dreams to get out 2 Teddies and a Lord Chompy Bits to put him right in front of Seamus. Lord Chompy Bits then attacked Seamus 3 times and managed to get 8 wounds on him. Then the companioned Daydream made Lord Chompy Bits into the Dreamer and then pulled him back using Frightening Dreams again to put him in hiding.
Okay, here we are mid-turn 3. After all of Lord Chompy Bits' nonsense, Seamus activated and used 2 AP to manifest. He had 1 remaining AP, and with that AP, he used Gorgon's Miasma. But right before that, I used a 0 action with him called Succumb to Darkness to lower my own willpower by 2 and raise my Terrifying up to Terrifying 15. And that Terrifying is Anathema, and that affects everything, even if it has Terrifying. It does not care. That caused this Teddy, who activated right afterwards, to fail the Terrifying 15 check. And he went to fall back, but because Avatar Seamus is wicked, the Disengaging Strike caused 3 damage. And we'll be back with more. Okay, here we are at the end of turn 3. Nightmare Edition Teddy pretty much did the same thing that the regular Teddy did. He failed his Terrifying and tried to fall back and suffered 5 damage. Suffered 3 damage. Or was it 4?
There's 3.
Yeah, 3 damage. My mistake. Suffered 3 damage from the Wicked ability of Avatar Seamus. This Bell did 1 damage to Nightmare Teddy. Belling it out. The Crooked Man tried to attack Nightmare Teddy and failed. Instead attacked the regular Teddy and pulled off his paralyzed trigger. So this Teddy will be paralyzed next turn, and successfully did 3 damage as well. My dead Doxy just moved forward, as well as my Punk Zombie. This last Daydream over here passed, and we will be back with more.
Okay, middle of turn 4. The first thing that happened was the Dreamer player got the initiative. Lord Chompy Bits was sitting over here, so the Daydream right there did the Calm Nightmares to turn him into the Dreamer. Then he magical extensioned Frightening Dreams to place Lord Chompy Bits right in base contact with where Seamus was. Lord Chompy Bits had 4 actions to spend on attacking him and managed to kill him with the last action. More to come. Middle of turn 4, this Punk Zombie right here flurried Lord Chompy Bits and managed to get 4 wounds on him. This Teddy right here was paralyzed, and he will regroup next turn. Then this Teddy, the Nightmare Edition Teddy, gained back 2 wounds due to regeneration. This Bell attacked him twice and managed to get 1 wound on him. And more to come.
Okay, here we are again midway through turn 4. The Crooked Man that is sandwiched between 2 Teddies activated and managed to paralyze both of them. Did 2 damage to each of them and paralyzed both of them. Pretty swell move for the Rezzers. It's still not looking too good for them, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, here we are again, mid-turn 4. Dead Doxy activated and used a 0 called Inviting Approach and successfully cast it on Lord Chompy Bits. She walked towards him and got to cast Seduction for free and failed. But she got a trigger off to also give her a free melee strike against him, which she did 2 damage with. So she was within melee range with 2 AP to spend. She attacked him once and got a severe off to do 4 more damage for the kill. Headless headless dead Doxy. Took out the mighty Lord Chompy Bits. And the Dreamer came onto the field right over here. We will be back with more. Okay, here we are at the end of turn 4. With dead Doxy's remaining AP, she shot at Little Dreamer and did 4 damage, which got dropped down to 2 due to Spirit. Then the Rotten Bell activated last in the turn, cast Lure on the Punk Zombie and on dead Doxy just to get them a little farther. That was it. We'll be back with more on turn 5.
Beginning of turn 5, the Dreamer got the initiative, and the Dreamer activated and companioned this Daydream. The Daydream buried both the teddies that were over here. Then the Daydream used the ability I Can Fly to fly into this building. Then he unburied both the teddies outside of the building within 6 inches. Now they're hiding there and waiting to become unparalyzed.
Okay, dead Doxy used 1 AP to walk from right over there, so about right over there. Used a 0, inviting approach, to come up on this teddy here. He had 8 wounds on him. She failed to attack the first time, failed to cast Seduction, but used her last AP to attack and got a quadruple negative, but still managed to do the 1 damage required to take him out. So, peace out, Teddy. Good job, Doxy. Okay, here we are at the end of a very uneventful turn 5. Pretty much everything on the Resurrectionist side just moved forward. We went over the Doxy. The Bells just pretty much pulled some more of their dudes over, and that was it. That Daydream just sat there. This homie just kind of moved over and sat. Teddy was paralyzed for the turn. He will not be paralyzed for turn 6, which is coming up next.
Okay, Teddy decided to use a Thing of Nightmares to give himself out of control. He then charged the dead Doxy, managed to get moderate. Unfortunately, the dead Doxy got off the regret trigger, which made it so that Teddy could no longer attack her. Then the dead Doxy decided to try to disengage twice, failed both times. She used the 0 inviting approach and failed. More to come.
Okay, here we are at the end of the game. The Resurrectionists have 5 models in the Neverborn's deployment zone. Therefore, they scored 2 for breakthrough because it was also announced. They also have more models on the Neverborn half of the table than Neverborn have on their half, which is bare, as you can see. So they scored 4 for the strategies. The Neverborn's strategy was Distract, and Seamus is nowhere to be found because he's dead. So they scored their full 4 for that. And they also, Neverborn also took Assassinate, which, once again, you don't see Seamus anywhere. So they scored 2 for that. So we are looking at a tied game. A very well played tied game on both ends. I feel extremely satisfied with that game. Thank you for watching.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. And we were the Desperate Mercenaries, and we will be next time.